Thank you for coming tonight, meditation and Dharma talks. How's everyone doing tonight? Good? My first question to our people is new here, right? So what you want to learn from the meditation class?
Mindfulness.
Okay, mindfulness. Have you ever practiced mindfulness before?
Never.
Okay, this is your first time here?
First time.
I mean, your first time of meditation or?
Yes.
Okay, you too?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have two new students, begin, and some of you do have any question? No? Okay. The topic I like to talk about today is enlightenment, and then I relate to be mindfulness for you to understand what it means to be mindfulness. So enlightenment, what is the opposite of enlightenment? Anybody? Yes, go ahead.
Purpose. Did you guys say purpose?
Purpose, the opposite of enlightenment.
Oh.
What is the opposite of smart? What is the opposite of light? Dark, right? The opposite of smart is unintelligent. So the opposite of enlightenment is ignorant, right? The topic I want to talk about is enlightenment, but before we go into enlightenment, we have to talk the opposite of enlightenment, right? What is ignorant? Ignorant to you?
Lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Anything? Anything that arises in your mind, the word ignorant. Let me go to these two questions, right? Two answers. So the first ignorant, that means that we attach to our body, right? The second is that we attachment to the phenomenon. Attachment. For example, we say this is our body, right? This is I, this is me, this is mine, right? But when we look deeply, what is I? What is this body composed of? So this body composed of four elements: earth, water, fire, and what? Air, right? So our body composes four elements. And we go to the fifth element we call space. Without space, we cannot form this body, right? So before we have to understand what is mindfulness or what we enlightenment, we have to look deeply to our body, right? We have to understand ourselves, right? If you want to understand the world around you, first you have to understand yourself first, right? So the unintelligent or ignorant that we attach to this body. But when we look back, is this body is mine? Do you have this body forever? No, right? That's good. Your body is only temporary. You just use this body for temporary. Earth, water, fire, air. So earth, what is earth? Earth means all the food you consume. Hamburger, bread, noodle, all this vegetable, right? All this meatless. You consume every day. So your body consumes all this element. And then you have to take it in, take it out, right? That's considered earth. Earth means the food. Nurture your body. Every day you have to take in the food that you nurture for this body to be healthy. Imagine if you stop eating a couple of days, then what? Anybody fasting here? Have you ever fasted 1 day or 2 days? Yes? You fast a couple of days, right? So you see that our body, we need energy. We need food every day. Without food, we cannot have energy, we cannot work, right? So that's why we have to wake up every morning. What we eat? Cereal, bread, soup, all the breakfast, right? Oatmeal, milk, whatever you eat in McDonald's, Burger King, right? So you consume that energy. We consider that earth, right? If this body don't have this element, the food you eat every day, then you will feel tired, you will feel sick, and then you lost your energy, right? So that's earth. Water, the second element is water. We consume every day. All kind of liquid, orange juice, milk, water, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, all this type of liquid, right? Wine, beer, all this stuff, right? So you consume this every day, right? Sometimes 1 a week or 2 times, 3 times, depend on. But water we need to consume every day, right? To preserve our body. So when we contemplate, we meditate to look back this body that's composed of earth, water. The third is fire. What is fire? Fire means the warmth. Your body needs heat. If your body has to be 98 or 97 degrees, right? If it go under, then what? You get a fever, get cold, right? If go over, you get what? You get sick, you get hot, yeah. So the heat will maintain your body. If your body go to high, 98 degrees, your body have to maintain this kind of degree level, right? If it go too low, you get sick. If it go too high, you get sick, right? So that's earth, water, fire. And the third 4 element is what? What are you doing right now? Breathing. We need air. So you can stop eating a couple of days. You can stop drinking a couple of hours. But can you stop breathing a couple hours? No. You have to breathe every second, right? So we meditate, and mindfulness is awareness of your breathing. So go back to your question. You want to learn about mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness helps you awareness what you're doing. Just like right now you are listening to my sound, my language, the thing I spoke, right? And then you mindfulness your breath, breathing, right? So breathing, the air you breathe is very essential for your body, right? Imagine you stop breathing for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then what? Your body will get blue, red, and you will feel suffocated, right? So every second, every minute, every hour, you consume air, right? You can stop eating a couple of days, it's okay, right? But you cannot stop breathing a couple of minutes, right? So that is the 4 elements that we compose of this body. So when we look back, this is my body. It is your body. You just borrow temporarily, right? You just borrow the what? The hamburger, the spaghetti, the pizza. You borrow it in, and you have to what? You have to take it out. Right now, the air you borrow, you also borrow the air. You borrow the heat, right? You cannot borrow forever, right? You just borrow. Some people borrow 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years. That's the maximum. Some people borrow 120, yeah. So it depends on how long you can borrow. Borrow term, the term I use borrow here is mean you live, right? So you have to be consumed of these 4 elements every day to nurture your body, nurture your lung, your liver, your eyes, all the organs inside of your body, right? So go back to the question, what is ignorant? Ignorant means that you attach to all this element is yours, right? That is mine. If something is you should give forever, right? If something is not you, you just use temporarily. Just like your house and your vehicle, your car. If the house you just borrow temporary, right? You just buy it and you just live probably a maximum 30 or 40 years, right? And then you have to sell it. Your car is the same thing. You can use 25 or 10 or 20 years, you have to get a new one, right? So the ignorance is that we attach to this body, this ego. Do you know the term ego, right? I mean you attach to this body. That's why we are so ignorant, right? So enlightenment helps you to realize that if you're able to know your ignorance, then you enlightenment. Enlightenment like light, ignorant like dark, right? If the house darkness, all you need is just one match or one light to light the whole building. You light up the whole million years of darkness, right? So ignorance is the same thing. So once you ignore for many years, but you only need one light, one intelligent mindfulness, you can able to awaken your whole ignorance. It's also that enlightenment helps you to realize that how sometimes we are so, I am sorry, use the term stupid, right? Sometimes we are very, stupid ourselves, right? Sometimes we make a small mistake and we realize, oh, how stupid am I? That is nothing, right? So all the mistake you make, you realize your mistake, then it's enlightenment. Enlightenment realize what you have made a mistake and you learn from it, right? So a good person who able to learn their mistake is enlightenment. A person who don't learn their mistake and let their mistake continue, they consider ignorant, right? Because they never learn their mistake, they can continue to do it. So go back to my question. So if we are attached to this body, then we will ignorant forever, right? If you let go of this body, don't hang on it, then when your last day of breathing, you can let go of your body easily. I mean, the term like you die peacefully. You let go peacefully, right? If you attach your body so much, you will die in pain, right? So here is to recognize how we use things as temporary. If you attach to something so much, you will have a lot of suffering, right? For example, if you attach somebody, right, then somebody don't love you, then what? Then you will be suffering, right? You do everything to help them, and then sometimes they don't like it. They against you, then you will be suffering. So here to recognize that enlightenment is to know the truth of everything. Know the truth of yourself, know the truth of your body, and know the truth of all phenomena. All the phenomena in the world. Just like the house, the carpet, the air, the thing that you have, you see, right? All this will be impermanent. So when you know everything is impermanent, then you are enlightenment, right? You able to understand the reality, right? So the reality is see things as it is. right? There's always law of cause and effect. If you plant an orange tree, you will get what? Orange. You plant an apple, you will get an apple. Apple tree, you have apple. So that is enlightenment. That you see the reality of everything. Every day you see the sun rise and the sun what? Set. But in reality, is it the sun rise and set? If you fly, you use the airplane to fly on top of the world, the sun will never rise and never set. It just turning, right? So we use the term set and rise is only to distinguish between day and night, that's all. But if you use an airplane to fly on the top of the world and you see every day is the same, there's no darkness, right? It's always light. So when you mindfulness of your body, you mindfulness the phenomena, the thing around you, you are enlightenment. So there's many types of enlightenment. There's many levels of enlightenment. You cannot say there's one enlightenment, you will enlighten everything, right? There's many levels. Depend on how ignorant you are, right? How attachment you are. So here the term enlightenment helps you to awaken. Just like you are asleep, what the opposite of sleep is what? Awake. Sleep is ignorant. Awaken is enlightenment. That's an example. You see what I'm saying? So if you have less attachment, you will have less suffering. So most people, we have a lot of stress, anxiety, fear, right? Anger, frustration, because we have a lot of attachment. If we have less attachment, then what? We have less suffering. So the main thing here, we want to understand what is enlightenment, right? Enlightenment just awaken, that's all. Awaken of what? Awaken of what you have ignored. Awaken the reality of everything, the phenomena, right? So there's a funny story about in Zen tradition. One of the students come ask a Zen master. He said that I am unenlightenment. How do I get enlightenment? Do you know his question? I am unenlightenment. How can I get enlightenment? And a Zen master replied, unenlightenment, what do you mean? If you understand unenlightenment, you already enlightenment. You got it? That's good, eh? Very simple. So what is enlightenment? If you understand you're ignorant, then you enlightenment. What is mindfulness? If you are unmindfulness, you understand your unmindfulness, then you are mindfulness. So the language, you have to be listened carefully. How we use, right? How we manipulate the language. The language also helps you to get an idea of the reality, the world. But you have to taste the language. For example, some people never drink orange juice. So how can you explain to them? Is it sweet? Is it sour? Is it bitter? How do you do it? The only thing is that you have to get an orange juice and give to him or her to drink it. That's the only reason. That's the only reason to explain to them, right? So how do we understand enlightenment and mindfulness? You have come here and to practice it, right? Because word and language cannot describe. You have to what? Experience, right? So everything is experience from the reality, right? You have to calm and to practice and to let your mind calm and peace, and you will understand. Language, word, term only explain temporary, right? So just like I give you a pepper, each person tastes differently. How hot is it? Light hot, medium hot, or strong? Depend on that person, their tongue, right? They experience. If that person like hot, they eat this pepper, they don't feel hot at all, right? But if that person never eat a hot pepper, they will eat it and what? They burn themselves, right? So enlightenment is like that. Mindfulness is like that. You understand what I'm saying? So everything have to be experienced for yourself. Just like you have never go to Hawaii. Have anybody go to Hawaii? No? If somebody describe what is Hawaii look like, you just only what? Imagination from your past experience from other place, and you just organize. So you have to go to Hawaii to see the whole story, right? So the main thing is you have to be there to experience for yourself. Nobody can explain it. They explain they only your imagination, only from what you watch on TV, on the phone, iPad, on the YouTube, or whatever channel you use to just watch and your imagination. You have to be there to experience, right? So enlightenment need to be experienced. Not I just use the language or the term to explain it, right? Just like in this room, what do you feel like? Is it cold? Is it hot? Is it warm? Depend on each person, right? If you like hot, this room is very warm, right? If you like cold, this room is what? Not cold enough, right? So it depend on each of you experience. You sit in here or you sit at home, right? So enlightenment helps you to experiment of all this phenomena, right? That is the way to understand how enlightenment is, right? So go back to your question. What is mindfulness? You yourself have to experience. Mindfulness is you put your whole mind in that moment. Just like you sit in here, your awareness thing around you. You wash the dish, your awareness, you wash the dish. You driving, your awareness that you are driving. So put your whole mind to that moment, to the reality moment, the here and the now, right? So mindfulness is not live from the past or the future. It's live in this moment. So if you too fully live in this moment, reality moment, you are enlightenment. So enlightenment, you already have it, right? All you need to what? Experience for yourself. So most people say, oh, I'm so stupid, right? Sometimes you feel like that, right? Sometimes you do something and you say, oh, I'm so stupid. So if you know that you are stupid, means you are what? You're smart, right? Because you know your mistake, right? The person is not smart is that they don't realize their mistake, right? So enlightenment is help you to realize your ignorance, right? Your attachment, your stress, your anxiety, your fear. So most of you come here to learn meditate to help you to release stress, anxiety, fear, whatever problem you have to understand it. So once you understand your problem, then your problem will go away. So you come here, I will try to get help in you to get a method to help you to overcome all those stuff, right? So I hope you are able to understand the term enlightenment is, right? So enlightenment relates to mindfulness. Enlightenment relates to ignorance. Enlightenment relates to all this phenomena around you. So I hope you enjoy TGIF, right? Today TGIF. Anybody know the term TGIF? TGIF? Yeah. You can say thank God it's Friday, thank goodness it's Friday, thank greatness it's Friday, right? Usually when we are children, every Friday we love Friday, right? Because no school tomorrow, we can wake up, we can sleep long time, right? So when you experiment your childhood until now, that's considered enlightenment. Enlightenment, you mean experiment of everything around you, right? You feel joy, you feel peace, you feel happiness. Sometimes you feel pain, you feel all this emotion arise in yourself during meditate, after meditate, right? In your life. So our life is just a journey. Our life is just like a dream, right? When you look back from the day you're born until now, you look back, your life is just like a dream, right? All recorded in your mind. So the reality is enlightenment helps you to awaken in this moment. Live each moment, because each moment is the true moment of your life. Not the past, not the future, but this moment right here. Right? So you able to help you to enlightenment by mindfulness. So mindfulness help you to enlightenment, right? So I hope you go to work, go to school, whatever you do, always mindfulness, what you do. Always know the law, what you cause, right? What you make. Is it good or bad depend on how you use it, right? Sometimes we have bad day, sometimes we have good day, right? But all this bad day and good day are just experience. Well, sometimes we have a terrible day, right? Yeah, sometimes we have a bottom day, but we just experience. It's all just like a dream, a journey to our life, to this earth, right? That's why we have to say that sportsmen, they say that life is short, play hard. So generally in Buddhism we say life is short, practice hard. Right? If you have short life, just continue to practice. So I hope you enjoy your Friday night. Do you have any question, comment on this topic? No? Simple? Very simple, right? But how can we apply to our daily life? That's important. So every day you can meditate at home, wake up in the morning before you go to work. You can sit 5-10 minutes, try to relax your body, try to relax your mind, and to see what you need to do today. And before you go sleep, you have to meditate to see what your day look like. And then you help you to plan the next day better, right? So every day we want to be better. Today is like good, I want tomorrow to be great, and the next day to be greater, right? So that's just meditation. You have to do better. Okay. Okay, now we begin to recite and pray to our sentient being. At the end of the meditation, the chanting Heart Sutra. Living being or innumerable, I vow to save them all. Reflection or endless, I vow to read them all. The Dharma dawn countable, I vow to study them all. The Buddha ways in excel, I vow to attain it. I vow that merit and virtue from this will go everywhere, enrich everyone, so that all of us and all living beings will realize the awakened way.